How y'all doing, man? Welcome back. Welcome back to the road trip. Welcome back, road trippers, kingdom builders, Akim and Akatim, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas, and grandpas, everybody in the house. Shalom, Mishpachah, right? Shalom. The greeting of greetings, right? And shalom, which is a beseech, right? Shalom, which is peace and blessings. Peace. Shalom is peace. Peace and blessings to you, your loved ones, your friends, all right, your children, your pets, your little fur babies, your homes, your dwelling places where you stay at, man, right? You live in spots. All praise to the Most High. Let's dip in a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and light this little cone in. Hey, actually, know what? No. Let's go ahead and light the cone for the YUHH, all right? So we can make this sweet aroma in this atmosphere before we get started. Stand by. I beseech that y'all have been having actually, I'm going to say it like this, because I don't know who's watching. I beseech that you had the week that you deserve. I beseech that you had the week that you deserve. And the Most High knows your heart. If that week was all right, all praises to the Most High. We all go through challenges, so I'm not trying to say things like that. I have bad weeks too, but you know what I mean, though. I beseech that you had the day that you deserved. All right, 1 second. I'm going to blow this out. We're going to go ahead and we're going to dip in. We're going to bathe in water and fire. Let's bathe in that fire real quick right now. There we go. Bathe in fire. I'm going to get this water. All right. All praises to the Most High. Abba, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Wahapuach HaKadesh, man. All praises to the overseer, Yahweh, man. Glory to our king, our priest, our big brother, man. All right. Best example, the first fruit, Melchizedek. Yeah, Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach HaKadesh, our dove, man. That's the comforter, right? The indweller within each and every single one of your Ruach, your hearts. Let's blow this out. Hold up. All right, there we go. And my love and my respect goes out to each and every single one of you road trippers, kingdom builders. And if I haven't had a chance to have a personal conversation with you yet, I'm not very hard to get in contact with, And I would love to reach out and start some more personal relationships and talking with the nation. There's a lot of brothers out here who are doing some magnificent, magnanimous works for the Most High Yahweh. And I would love to, be able to start shouting these guys out and putting it out there. All right. And so there are some big things that are coming up in the works. I'm not going to say too much because some of the brothers I'm working with, I don't know how hush-hush we got to keep everything. So I just want to respect the order of things and just let you know that you should be excited. There's going to be some really great things for the Mishpachah and for the nation and our cleaving friends coming up very soon. All right. So, what are we doing? I don't know what you're doing on this Shabbat Eve. I don't know what you're doing. But I'll tell you what we're doing. We're about to read. Where? Back in the works of Flavius Josephus. That's all. The Jewish Antiquities. We're in chapter 12. This is book number 6, too, by the way. Chapter 12, how Dawid fled to Ahimelech, and afterwards to the kings of the Philistines and of the Moabites, and how Saul killed Ahimelech and his family. All right? There's a whole lot of killing going on back then, man. But, you know, as back then, there's nothing new under the sun. So, you know, oh boy, you know, the Most High Yahweh. There's been a whole lot of conversation going on recently about who, you know, the children of Yahweh are. I don't think that needs any kind of debate. I think we've pretty much sealed that up. But obviously, we need to drive certain points home, and that's fair enough. Right? So I listened to a really awesome video from one of my brothers. And I'll see if I can go ahead and put it in the chat. But they were going into detail, you know, about how there's a lot of people out here, the Hamites, these Hamites, who are they're literally trying to steal our identity again after they sold us, right? They sold us into bondage, and they did a whole lot of nasty things to our people too. True, right? These Hamites, because they look like us, they can get away with a lot of things. And because they look like us, they can also claim the same heritage, and they can claim the same, you know, lineage. Just claiming it under a different tribe. Not true. No. They're just a different melanated version of people. That's it. They have nothing to do. They have nothing to do with us. At all. At all. They got nothing to do with these scriptures. They got nothing to do with the Most High. You can just look at what's going on over there, man. Those are the children of Canaan, man. They're cursed, man. They're living in dust, boy. And does that sound like something that, you know what I mean? They have their own governments. Do we have our own government? Do we have our own flag? Do we have our own army? Do we have our own police system? Do we have our own, you know, law enforcement and all these different kind of political government assistance things that we've established for our country? No, because we don't even have a country. All right? We're not in bondage anymore, but we're still in captivity because we're not living in our own lands freely, uninhabited by our heathen captors. The same people who stole us are the same people who are living next to us. And until that is not happening, prophecy will not be fulfilled. Okay? All right. So I'm going to stop yapping. We're going to start reading chapter 12. I just want to make it clear that no, you Hamites have nothing to do with the promises or the covenant, the one before, or the renewed covenant, or the restoring, or the regeneration, or the reproof of anything that's going to be taking place in the future. Nothing to do with it. Your name is not on it. Your name is not sealed inside of that record. Do you understand me? Because we're not going to keep going over this over and over and over again. And all you camp brothers out there, man, who think you really understand this doctrine, that's exactly it. Doctrine. Because the true ones, the real ones, let me put you on game. The real remnant, the real 1/3, and on top of that, the 144K knuckle, the real ones, we don't have doctrine. That's your problem. We don't have doctrine. We have truth. And there's only one. Okay? All right. Now that we got that cleared up, ladies and gentlemen, if you have these scrolls available to you, this is the works of Flavius Josephus, the books of the Antiquities of the YUHH. Call them the Jewish Antiquities. You see the air quotes. Book number 6, chapter 12, how David fled to Ahimelech, and afterwards to the kings of the Philistines and of the Moabites, and how Saul killed Ahimelech and his family. If you have these scrolls available to you, whether you're scrolling along on that blue screen online or whether you get the hard copies, read with your eye, okay? All right. And I can't say Shabbat Shalom, but hey, get that Shabbat prep ready, man. Tomorrow's a special day for our family. All right? And reverence to our Father. Let's start the read. Fellas in the back, sit down, man. Let's get started. Let's begin. Chapter 12, verse 1, and it reads, But Dawid, right, fled from the king, and that death he was in danger of by him, and came to the city Nob. And Ahimelech the priest, who, when he saw him coming all alone, and neither a friend nor a servant with him, he wondered at it, and desired to learn of him the cause, why there was nobody with him. To which David answered, and the king had commanded him to do a certain thing that was to be kept secret, to which, if he had a mind to know so much, he had no occasion for anyone to accompany him. However, I have ordered my servants to meet me at such and such a place. Just double up, man, right? In such a place. So at a specific and appointed time, right? Everything in its purpose. So he desired him, let's continue reading. So he desired him to let him have something to eat, and that in case he would supply him, he would act the part of a friend, and be assisting to the business he was now about. And when he had obtained what he desired, he also asked him whether he had any weapons with him, either sword or spear. Now there was at Nob a servant of Saul by birth, a Syrian, whose name was Doeg, one who kept the king's mules. The high priest said that he had no such weapons, but he added, There is the sword of Goliath, which when you had killed the Philistines, you dedicated to the Most High Abba Yahweh, right? Bahashem Yahweh Shai, truly though, right? That's the end of section 1. Do you see where this is going? Right? Okay. All right, cool. Let's continue reading. End of section 1. Let's go. Man, that frankincense, that smells so good. I wish y'all could like smell it through the screen. Oh, let's continue reading, all right? Section 2, and it reads, When Dawid had received the sword, he fled out of the country of the Hebrews into that of the Philistines, over which Achish reigned. And when the king's servants knew him, he was made known to the king himself, the servants informing him that he was that David who had killed many 10,000s of the Philistines. David was afraid that the king should put him to death. Huh? Afraid to put him to death. Let's continue reading. And that he should experience that danger from him which he had escaped from Saul. So he pretended to be distracted and mad, right? Kind of like a lunatic, it says. So that his spittle ran out of his mouth. He was drooling on himself. And he did other similar actions before the king of Gath, which might make him believe that they proceeded from such a sickness, like he was kind of like really mentally, challenged, like he couldn't control his bodily actions. That's what he was trying to show, right? That's what it says. Let's continue reading. Accordingly, the king was very angry at his servants, that they had brought him a madman, and he gave orders that they should eject David immediately out of the city. And then that's the end of section 2. And I'm going to interject. Out of the city, thus saving David's life. Because if David showed how brilliant and how amazing, if these kings knew that he was going to be the king that would usurp the entire region, man, he would have been killed on sight. So he actually walked in there like he kind of had a disorder, and this is nothing of a laughing matter, and it never should be. So I want to make that very clear, because there's probably some Christians watching this who don't understand, right? The Most High does certain things for certain reasons. And when David walked in here, right, before the king of Gath, he put on like he had a serious mental disorder where he didn't have control over his bodily actions. And that's not a funny thing, because there's certain people who do. But he put on like that to make it seem like his servants and his spies were liars and not really reliable, right? So now that puts question in the king's mind that the next report that they might hear about the Hebrews might be false too. And he was a good actor on this one, and the Most High Yahweh made him play the part perfectly. And that's not lying. It's righteous deception. Huh? Oh, what did Abraham do? Huh? Talking about his wife was his sister. That's righteous deception. Oh, that wasn't true. They both knew it wasn't true. I'm not going to call it a lie, because the Most High willed it. It brought all of us around. Without that, we could have been killed. And our forefathers would have never been able to create a nation that was countless like the sands of the sea. Huh? Righteous deception. Huh? Could you put those two words together? Well, I just did. All right, whatever, man. And his son did it too. Isaac did it too. Man, they doubled up on it to show you. They gave you 2 examples of both father and son saying, hey, man, this ain't my wife, this is my sister. Because their women were so bad. They didn't want to die. So they lied. But did they lie? No. They righteously deceived. Okay? Boom. All right. Let's read section 3. Let's get some more of this. I don't care what you got to say, man. Put it in the comments. You want to talk about it, man? I dare a heathen to step into this righteous space. I got so much backup. Bro, you will basically, as a minnow, be dipping your little fins into a shark tank. Come on in here, man. Come on, boy. Come on in here, boy. Like you want to talk to somebody, like, come on, who reads scrolls every day. Let's go. And I got plenty of elder brothers who got so much righteousness. And sisters and mothers. Oh, man, we're deep. Oh, we're very deep. And we got this knowledge for days, my nugget. Let's read more. Section 3, and it reads, so when David had escaped in this manner out of Gath, he came to the tribe of Judah, Yahudah, and abode in a cave by the city of Adullam. Then it was that he sent to his brothers and informed them where he was, who then came to him with all their family, and as many others as were either in want or in fear of King Saul came and made a body together and told him they were ready to obey his orders. They were in all about 400. Solid little stack of paper right there. Let's continue reading. Whereupon he took courage. Now such a force and assistance was come to him. So he removed from there and came to the king of the Moabites and desired him to entertain his parents in the country. While the issue of his affairs were in such an uncertain condition, the king granted him this favor and paid great respect to David's parents all the time they were with him. That's the end of section 3. All right? All praises. All right. There's about 8 sections in this. And a couple notes, man. 2 notes. All right. So we're going to start reading section 4. All praises to the Most High. Selah. I love y'all, man. Don't forget that. Don't forget. All right. Okay. Section 4, and it reads, As for himself, upon the prophets commanding him to leave the desert and to go into the portion of the tribe of Judah, YUHH, and abide there, he complied with it. And coming to the city, Hereth, which was in that tribe, he remained there. Now then, Saul heard that David had been seen with a multitude about him. He fell into no small disturbance and trouble. He got pissed off. But as he knew that David was a bold and courageous man, right? I said it twice. He suspected that something extraordinary would appear from him, and that openly also, which would make him weep and put him into distress. So he called together to him his friends and his commanders, and the tribe from which he was himself derived, to the hill where his palace was, and sitting upon the place called Aurora, his couriers, right? So his couriers, his courtiers, Salake, that were his dignities and his guards of the body, right? So his personal bodyguards, the people the closest to him, probably the most strongest men of valor in his mind. Probably not in Ruach, but in physicality. All right, let's continue reading. And the guards of his body being with him, he spoke thus to them. You that are men of my own tribe, I conclude that you remember the benefits that I have bestowed upon you, and that I have made some of you owners of land, and made you commanders, and bestowed posts of honor upon you, and set some of you over the common people, and others over soldiers. I hooked you up, right? It's the same thing that the heathen's beloved president's doing right now. He sets certain people that he wants in certain positions because it's like a scratch on your back. Doesn't mean it's righteous. Doesn't mean it's good. It's just wickedness with a different flavor, man. All right? Let's continue reading. I ask you, therefore, whether you expect greater or more donations from the son of Jesse. For I know that you are all inclined of him. Even my own son Jonathan himself is of that opinion, and persuades you to be of the same. For I am not unacquainted with the oaths of the covenants that are between him and David. Nope. Between him and David. And that Jonathan is a counselor and an assistant to those that conspire against me. And none of you are concerned about these things. But you keep silence and watch, and see what will be the upshot of these things. When the king had made this speech, not one of the rest of those that were present made an answer. But Doeg, the Assyrian who fed his mules, said that he saw David when he came to the city of Nob, to Ahimelech, the high priest. Oh, little snitchy little mole right here. Look. And you know that Doeg wasn't an Israelite, and we'll talk about that later, all right? And that he learned future events by his prophesying, and he received food from him, and the sword of Goliath, and was conducted by him with security to such as he desired to go to. All right? Let's go ahead. That's the end of section 4. Let's get 5. Let's go. Section 5, and it reads, Saul therefore sent for the high priest, and for all his family, and said to them, "What terrible or ungrateful thing have you suffered from me? And you have received the son of Jesse, and have bestowed on him both food and weapons when he was contriving to get the kingdom? And further, why did you deliver oracles to him concerning the future? For you could not be unacquainted that he was fled away from me, and that he hated my family." But the high priest did not betake himself to deny what he had done. No, he didn't, but confessed boldly that he had supplied him with these things, not to glorify David, but Saul himself. He said, I didn't know that he was your adversary, but your servant of yours, who was very faithful to you, and a captain over 1,000 of your soldiers. And what is more than these, your son-in-law and kinsman? Men do not choose to confer such favors on their adversaries, but on those that are esteemed to bear the highest goodwill and respect of them to them. Nor is this the first time that I prophesied for him, but I have done it often, and at other times as well as now. And when he told me that he was sent by you in great haste to do something, if I had furnished him with nothing that he desired, I should have thought that it was rather in contradiction to you than to him. So do not entertain any ill opinion of me, nor have any suspicion of what I then thought, an act of humanity. From what is now told you of David's attempts against you, for I did then to him as to your friend and son-in-law, the captain of 1,000, and not as your adversary. That's the end of 5. So see, he was like, man, I didn't know. Every time I seen you and David, y'all were like, y'all were like chiefed up, man, like making decisions and doing stuff, man. Right? So when I see David come to me, I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, man. That's what the king wants. I didn't know. That's the end of that section. Let's get some more of that, though. All right. Dipping in again. Gotta stay fresh, man. Section 6, and it reads. What does it read, man? When the high priest had spoken thus, he did not persuade Saul. His fear was so prevalent that he could not give credit to an apology that was very just. So he commanded his armed men that stood about him to kill him and all his family. But as they dared not touch the high priest, but were more afraid of disobeying the Most High Yahweh than the king, he ordered Doeg the Syrian to kill him, because he wasn't. Listen, I'm going to interject, because Doeg the Syrian, see, he wasn't part of Yasharella. So, what does it mean to him? He's going to obey and get the riches and gold. So he's going to kill an Israelite, and it's not going to mean nothing to him. But see, everybody else stood back because they knew, man, if I touch an Israelite, man, that's blood on my head, and my whole lineage, my family could be cursed. You see what I'm saying? Doeg didn't give no crap, man. He didn't give no damn. Let's continue reading. Accordingly, he took to his assistance such wicked men as were like himself, and killed Ahimelech and all his family, who were in all 385. Saul also sent to Nob, the city of the priests, and killed all that were there, without sparing either women or children, or any other age, and burned it. Only there was one son of Ahimelech, whose name was Abiathar, who escaped. However, these things came to pass as the Most High Yahweh had foretold to Eli the high priest, when he said that his posterity should be destroyed on account of the transgression of his 2 sons. That's the end of section 6. Are you with me, or are you with me? You don't have any other option. You got 2 choices. Are you with me, or are you with me? You choose this day. Let's go. Let's get the next one. All right, 7 for the stretch. Let's go, man. We still got another one after this. Don't worry. 7 reads, Now the king Saul, by perpetuating so barbarous a crime and murdering the whole family of the high priestly dignity, by having no pity of the infants nor reverence for the for the aged, and by overthrowing the city which the Most High Yahweh had chosen for the property and for the support of the priests and prophets which were there, and had ordained as the only city allotted for the education of such men. This act gives all to understand and consider the disposition of men, that while they are private persons and in a low condition, because it is not in their power to indulge nature nor to venture upon what they wish for, they are equitable and moderate and pursue nothing but what is just, and bend their whole minds and labors that way. Then they have this brief about this. They have this belief, Salake. They have this belief about Yahweh, about the Most High Yahweh, that He is present to all that actions of their lives, and that He does not only see the actions that are done, but clearly knows those their thoughts also. Thus, those actions do arise. But when once they are advanced into power and authority, then they put off all such notions, and as if they were no other man actors upon the altar, upon the ladder, upon the theater, and take up boldness, insolence, and a contempt of both human and divine laws. And this at a time when they especially stand in need of piety and righteousness, because they are then most of all exposed to envy, and all they think and all they say are in the view of all men. Then it is that they become so insolent in their actions, as though the Most High Yahweh saw them no longer, or were afraid of them because of their power. And whatever it is that they either are afraid of by the rumors they hear, or they hate by inclination, or they love without reason, these seem to them to be authentic and firm and true and pleasing both to men and to the Most High. But as to what will come hereafter, listen, they have not the least regard to it. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about prophecy. Do you hear me, Uncle? That's why you have the Christian church, because they don't care about prophecy. It's all about itching ears. It's all about what feels good. Oh, no, man. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Because it feels good, like you feel like you're a part of something. Christianity, people feel like they're a part of something. Well, you ain't a part of shit, and I don't care how you feel about it. Huh? Rhyming. I don't care, man. It's not my tongue. I can say whatever word I want, man. You force this language upon me, I'm going to use it how I see fit. All righteousness and all praises to the Most High Abba Yahweh, man. Who is your Elohim? Huh? You worship God in Jebus? Jebus? What's the name of your God? God is a title. It's not a name. What's the name of your God? I don't have a God. I have an Elohim. Right? You would call it a Godhead. Let's continue reading, because we're almost there. We'll talk at the end. And it reads, they raise those to honor indeed who have been at a great deal of pains for them. And after that honor, they envy them. After that honor, they envy them. And when they have brought them into high dignity, they do not only deprive them of what they had obtained, but also, because they stole it, right? But they also, on that very account of their lives also, and that on wicked accusations, and such as the account of their extravagant nature, are incredible. They also punish men for their actions, not such as deserve condemnation, but from slanders and accusations without examination. And this extends not only to such as deserve to be punished, but as to many as they are able to kill. See? They're talking about these days, man. Censorship, they're going to come for you just because they don't like how you talk. They don't like how you walk. They don't like who you are. They don't like your bloodline. And it reads, this reflection is openly confirmed to us from the example of Saul, the son of Kish, who was the first king who reigned after our aristocracy and government under the judges were over, and that by this slaughter of these 300 priests and prophets, on occasion of his suspicion about Ahimelech, and by the additional wickedness of the overthrow of the cities, he seemed to be trying in some sort to render the temple tabernacle destitute both of priests and by the prophets. Which try he showed by slaying so many of them and not suffering the very city belonging to them to remain, that so others might succeed them. That's the end of section 7, huh? Oh my heavens, man. There's a lot of wickedness that's got to get paid for. Oh, and the chickens are coming home to roost. Why? You're about to see it live in 8K, man. Keep your eyes open, man. Eyes to the sky. Look up, man, for your redemption draws nigh, Naka. Let's go, what? Okay, so section 8 to the gate, all right, before we read these notes, all right? We're not out of here yet. We got to read some notes, but check this out. Section 8, and it reads, But Abiathar, the son of Ahimelech, who alone could be saved out of the family of the priests killed by Saul, fled to David, and informed him of the calamity that had befallen their family, and of the slaughter of his father, who but said he was not unapprised of what would follow with retaliation and relation to him and to them when he saw Doeg there. Man, he saw that heathen, that's right, the Syrian, right? For he had then a suspicion that the high priest would be falsely accused by him to the king, and be blamed himself as having been the cause of this misfortune. But he desired him to stay there and abide with him, as in a place where he might be better concealed than anywhere else. That's the end of section 8, and also the end of chapter 12. All right. And we're going to read a couple notes, just a couple notes before we hit the door, before we hit the gate. And I just want to say, I beseech that you all are doing well. I love you all with all of my heart, not half of it, all of it. All praises to the Most High. Selah. Yes. All right, let's get these points, Mishpachah, right? Akkadi and Akatim, right? My brothers and my sisters, let's go, man. It's the first point, and it reads, This city, Nob, was not a city allotted to the priests, nor had the prophets that we know of any particular cities allotted them. It seems the tabernacle was now at Nob, and probably a school of the prophets was here also. It was 2 full days' journey on foot from Jerusalem, reference 1 Samuel 21:5. The number of the priests here killed in Josephus is 385, but 85 in our Hebrew copies yet are the 305 of the Septuagint. I prefer Josephus's number, the Hebrews having, I suppose, only dropped the hundreds, and other in tens, the tens. This city, Nob, seems to have been the chief, or perhaps the only seat of the family of Ithamar, which here perished, according to the Most High Yahweh's former terrible threatenings to Eli. Reference 1 Samuel 2:27 through 36. Also, 1 Samuel 3:11 through 18. See chapters 14, section D hereafter. That's the end of point number 1. We got one more to the door, and then we're out of here. All right? And then you get to enjoy the rest of your Shabbat prep and get ready for tomorrow, right? All praises to the Most High Yahweh. Yes, man. I love it. Yeah. What? All right. It's going to be point number 2 of the notes. And it reads, This section contains an admirable reflection of Josephus concerning the general wickedness of men in great authority, and the danger they are in of rejecting that regard to justice and humanity, to divine providence and the fear of the Most High, which they either really had or pretended to have while they were in a lower condition. Right, a lower state, man, lower energy, lower vibrational state, man. There are base men out here, Naka. They got some base people out here. They're base. Let's continue. It can never be too often pursued by kings and great men, nor by those who expect to obtain such elevated dignities among mankind. See the like reflections of our Josephus references Antiquities, book number 7, 1 and 5, at the end, and 8, 10, and 2 at the beginning. They are to the like purport, with one branch of Agor's prayer. One thing have I required of you, deny it me not before I die. Give me not riches, lest I be full, and deny you, and say, who is the Most High? Adonai. Who is the Adonai? References Proverbs 30, 7 through 9. Go check it out for yourself and see it then. Okay. All right then. Let's get ready to close this out, man. Hope you got something really good to eat tonight. All praises to the Most High. You still got a few hours before sundown. Get it all in now. All right? Yeah. So yeah, that is it. That's going to be the end of this read. We're not going to pair anything else up tonight because I want to get ready to rest. I want to relax. I want to sleep. I want to catch up on videos and comments and some personal things that I want to build for websites, things for the nation. Brother Zakaria, Dwayne, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, praises to the Most High. Yes. So, yeah. Thank you for being here with me on this road trip. Kingdom builders and road trippers, Akeem and Akatim, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas, and grandpas, everybody in the house. All praises to the Most High. Say loud. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. I really do. And so, on the next one, we're going to be reading, what's this going to be? It's going to be chapter 13. I'll give you a quick little synopsis. The title, chapter 13. How David, when he had twice the opportunity of killing Saul, did not kill him. Also concerning the death of Samuel and Nabal. Okay, that's going to be on the next read. But until we read again, until we meet again, until we speak again, all praises to the Most High. May he keep you, and I beseech that you stay safe. And it's road trip appropriate that as you're traveling up and down these roads to and fro in your prospective places, that you be really, really aware of what's going on around you. You drive safe, especially if you got them little kiddies in the car, right? All praise to the Most High. I love you all. And Yahweh willing, I beseech that I will see you all very, very soon, man. I love you. Yeah. Remember that. Peace out. One love, one nation. Shalom.